All right. Come on. Hit me up with some Q&A if you guys got any. Come on. Oh, wow. That's better. Huh. Okay, guys, any questions you've got? Hit me up. Hey, Derek. Karaoke. Okay. Well, I used to go. See if I can make this text bigger. I used to go like. Oh, how do you make the text big? How often did I go? Like about twice a week for about 8 years or something. And now I don't go that often now because I focus more on my. Like I go more. I do more teaching instead, and yeah, like dancing and stuff like that. So, but I was going about twice a week for 10 years, for 8 to 10 years or something like that. Yeah. I miss going. I would go, but I live a bit far from where it is at the moment. So it's just a bit hard to go because of how far it is and everything else that I'm doing as well, like I said. Yeah. It's too big. Huh. Three times a week. Yeah. I met some people that they would go like different karaoke's most nights. So yeah, if you're really into it, you can. That's a good thing that there's a lot available if you are really into it. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the run. That's so crazy. It's by Justin Guarini. It's from a song called Sorry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hear that kind of run? It's like a whoa, whoa, yeah, it's really tricky to do fast. Whoa. Singing is fun, but so challenging at the same time. I'm learning, trying to get better. Yeah, man. Very challenging. Have you been watching my practice videos? You can see like how much I'm thinking. And a lot of the practice videos that you're seeing, I've actually practiced that stuff before. I've spent a lot of time on it to actually learn those notes. So you're not seeing me going through the very first hard kind of stage where I'm really struggling to learn the notes. You're seeing me at the stage where I'm trying to get faster with the notes. In terms of my range stuff, you are seeing me when it's really new. Well, some of the notes. Because I did put in a lot of work to get like the high G sharp and high A and A sharp and that kind of stuff. I've been wanting to learn this one for ages. Finally learnt it. Cool. Yeah, much better. Damn. Oh, oh, oh. Zacari Cortez, that one. Here's the ones that I'm practicing. If you guys are interested, I just type them up. Justin Guarini, sorry, that was the first one, and the second one is Zacari Cortez, Superman. You can check them both out on YouTube. Great songs, great singers. People tell me I should sing louder, and I sound better when I do. So notes. I just sing it. Yeah. The higher you go, the harder it is to be loud. Same with the lower you go. The lower you go, as soon as it starts to get out of your comfortable, strong range, like where you've trained, it becomes hard to be loud. So for example, if I want to sing really low, it's hard to sing really low loudly. And hard to sing high really loudly. Yeah. Here's one that's crazy. Check this one out. R&B. That one is Tank, How I Feel, intro. It's crazy. I'm just gonna go through that one now, but feel free to ask me any questions, guys. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm practicing in between. Which one are you talking about? R2. Intro to Maybe I Deserve? Maybe I deserve for me to ask you. How does it go? Maybe I deserve. Yeah? Okay, let me check it out. Ooh, ooh, that bit. Well. For a second, oh. No. Maybe I deserve. I hate how they changed the Samsung player. Is that what you mean, that intro? Let's bring it up. I'll show you how we'll work on it, okay? Maybe I deserve. Well. I'll tell you the truth, yo. yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's the beginning. So try to get that out too. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. 10 notes. That's why it's hard, because it's 10 notes. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Try to get that. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Do you mind if I tell you the truth, yo? I'm gonna do that tank voice. Do you mind? Do you mind if I tell? Do you mind? Yeah. Send me something, man. Show me. Show me it. For me to ask you. Yeah, it's a mad one. All right, let's do another bounce. Hey. Do you mind? Is that the G4? G sharp 4? Do you mind? Do you mind? I'm trying to add that distortion that Tank adds to it. Do you mind if I tell? Do you mind? There's no distortion. That's G on mine. Oh, maybe I dropped it lower. G sharp 4. It is pretty hard, man. It's a hard note. It's taken me a lot of time to develop it. Well, 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 well. Whoa. No. The one I'm doing now, that's the one I just wrote it. Oh, to how I feel. Oh, the R&B, that run, this one. Yeah. That's the actual note. I think I was doing it lower. Yeah, it's actually an A, bro. I dropped the key when I'm practicing. The highest note. R&B. Oh yeah, sounding better. Yeah, I'm doing it like quiet. I'm not going super loud. You don't need to do it super loud, like especially when you're just training the notes and training the speed. Then you can train loud like by itself, you know. You separate training, so you're not training all these things at one time. You're just training one or two things at one time. And yeah, like I drop the key when I train, you notice? So if I'm training, say if you're training for a G sharp or an A, Derek, instead of training that G sharp or an A, train like 3-4 keys lower and do like 10-20 reps there. Yeah, get comfortable, and then you'll notice that your G sharp and A come easier. It's like you're building the foundation for those notes when you're practicing lower. If you try to practice those notes, they're usually too hard. Like you try to go up there and it's like your voice gets tired straight away just after 1 or 2, and then you can't really practice. There's no point. So practice lower. R2. Oh yeah. Yeah. He I think that's called chromaticism or accidental. He added a different note that's not normally in the key, and it sounds really nice, like a variation. And then Wanye did it, and like they were doing two things. They were singing like a different kind of run that hadn't been sung with like special notes like accidentals, and they were doing it super fast. So then that's what they were challenging, like how fast can we go and how creative can we make it? And they're so incredible, eh? Yeah, he didn't do it like Brian, but he did it super fast. Brian's incredible because he's got the songwriting background, so he's so good at songwriting. He's really good at changing those kind of notes and creating notes that are very interesting and different, which is why they all freaked out when he did it. If you notice Sean and all them, they put their heads down. I think I'm trying to remember, it was a while ago I watched the video. They all freaked out when he did it because he's like songwriter, really creative like that, whereas they're songwriters, but I don't think they're involved as much in the writing as he is when he writes his albums. Yeah. Derek, yeah, I'm just reading your comment. Yeah, great. Yeah, man, just train it lower. Train it lower, Derek. So instead of singing the G4, drop down to the F. Sorry, instead of the G sharp, drop down to the F sharp, or even the F. Don't be afraid to train lower. Trust me, it will build it. Okay, it's like when you're trying to lift. Say you're trying to dumbbell curl 15 kilos, right? You might do 12 and a half, you get to 15 and you're like, oh, no way, I can't do this for even 2 reps, right? So don't, like, instead you stay on the 12 and a half, or you drop down to the 10 and do 10 reps there instead of whatever you're doing on the 12 and a half. Train like that, you know, think like that, and then you'll build up. Biggest problem beginners or intermediates, even advanced people make, is they go too fast, too soon. So, same kind of thing. You're trying to train something that's too high, or trying to train something that's too fast in terms of runs or pitch, speed. So you end up not wanting to train because you feel like a failure every time you train. So instead, you got to change your training so it's to your level and slow down and be like, this is going to take me a couple months, maybe even years to get, or weeks to get. But if you don't train it correctly by going slower or lower, you won't get there. Now, what's the point? I see so many advanced singers, it's sad. They're really advanced, right? But they can't sing just exactly quite like Wanye's runs or that speed, but they won't train it because if they can't just pick it up straight away, they quit. They're not used to like working hard for it, like how you see me breaking it down and going over, and they don't even need to do it as much as I would, but they won't even, like some advanced people, they won't even spend like 5 minutes or 1 minute working on a run like super slowly or anything, because they're just not used to working on it like that, and it's hard to convince them to do it. The ones I have convinced, they see the results and they love it. So half my job is trying to convince people to train in different ways, because it's like you don't know what you don't know, and it's hard to know the benefit of something until you actually try it out, you know. So that's half the battle, trying to get someone to try something. Yeah, R2. Yeah. It's like a lot of people bag out my method online, but they've never tried it. They've watched all these other people's methods. They see a couple of my videos, they think they know what my method is like. I'm like, have you done one lesson with me? Do one lesson with me and you'll understand how I work and how my method works. If you're gonna say that my method doesn't work, but you haven't even tried my method, but you've tried the other methods, it's very common. It's like, it's a common way of thinking. Some people like to see a new method and they're like, I'm gonna try that. Like, for example, I'm telling you go lower, right? And that's good, you're trying it, excellent. But some people might hear that and they'll be like, oh, but why? You know, this other teacher doesn't do it like that, why should I? Blah, blah. Whereas some people see a new method and they go, okay, I'll try that, and then I'll see how it works, and I'll compare it. You know what I mean? So it's better to have that mindset to look into something that's new and strange so that you can see, is it legit or not? Because everything new is strange, really. Nothing makes sense until you try it, and then you're like, oh yeah, it makes sense. But not really, it doesn't make sense. It's just that you tried it and it worked. And now in your mind, you call it making sense. But in reality, like, for example, people like living in houses and stuff, probably if primitive people saw us, they wouldn't think it makes sense until they tried it. Atu, India Ari, I don't know who that is. India Ari. Maybe give me a song that she does. I don't know who that is. Name's familiar. Oh, it's familiar. Yeah, she sounds great. Derek. Four years ago, now singing to a G feels pretty easy. Excellent, man. You get it, yeah, you get it. It can be faster, it can. You just have to train it regularly in a way that doesn't bust your voice, you know what I mean? Like, I like to train it quietly. When I can do the note quietly, really comfortably, then I start to try to do loud training. And even quiet training is not easy. So if you work on it regularly, you can definitely increase it faster. I'm trying that now. I'm trying to work on it more regularly, my range, to get to the high C's and that. And I'm seeing how it's going. So we'll see how it's going. But yeah, before I wouldn't work on it that regularly. So it depends. Same with runs. Like, I didn't work on runs regularly, and the speed didn't improve as quick as it's improving now when I work on it regularly. So I had a song request from one of my people. I'm gonna try to just do a touch of it. Despacito, Despacito. Yeah. So someone just requested that I do a bit of that on a comment. I don't know the lyrics, obviously it's in Spanish, but I don't like it enough to learn it. But just to give you a taste of what it sounds like in my kind of tone. Alright, R2 says, do you think singing shows like American Idol, blah, blah, blah? Yeah, man. Of course, they're totally rigged. Yep. I don't know to what level they're rigged, but to me, it looks like it's set up from the very beginning, when they choose people in the very beginning, and they sort of gear people towards seeing more of those artists. Yeah, I have had friends who have been in it and have actually confirmed that it's set up. And I've actually been to the shows a few times. My brother was in the show, and his audition was very staged. He got asked to audition. He got told what song to do. He didn't need to audition in the stages before TV. So he got put through 2 stages because he got asked. And then you could see like it's set up when the coaches are giving the first comments, the things that they say and stuff. It's like they're setting up the kind of fights they want to have on the stage. They're setting up the kind of controversy they want to create, the kind of singers that they want to show off more than others. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not. I don't like the shows. They're like good and bad. Good because you get to be seen. Bad because you might not be seen how you want to be seen because you're forced to sing songs necessarily that you're not even good at, because they have song lists for you. And what else do they do? Their coaching is really like nothing to do with what actual singing is like. Watch my practice videos and you'll see what it really takes to learn singing, and watch my student videos where you see me teaching students. But when they show them learning, they do all this like talk about, oh, you know, it's got to do with emotions, and it's got to do with like learning singing. It's got to do with just pushing more, or like more effort, or crap like that. But in reality, it's very technical, and it's all little details that you got to learn, like how you see me when I practice and how you see me how I teach my students. Very set up. It's got nothing to do with teaching singing, and a lot of those singers don't know how to teach singing anyway. The coaches, they don't even teach. They're not even like singing teachers themselves. They might know how to sing, but doesn't mean that they know how to teach someone that's a beginner or an intermediate or an advanced singer how to get better than they are. And it shows in the show. It shows in the show. Yeah, I've got a lot to say about those shows, but I think I summed it up pretty well just then in that mini rant. I've been to a lot of the auditions, so I know what it's like, and I know a lot of people that have been through it. So I've had a lot of first-hand accounts and second-hand accounts of what actually goes on in those shows. It's pretty sad, you know, but I mean, at least there's a show that promotes singing, even if people that are watching aren't getting a reality of what singing, learning singing and performing singing is all about. And you know, there was even some shows where they actually auto-tuned the contestants on their first TV audition, and that to me was really horrible, because that first audition is like one of the most exciting auditions. But on the good side, you get to be seen, and you get to meet famous people if you're interested in that. You get to you know, have that kind of go through the nerves and stuff of performing for an audience. That's all good sides, you know. You get to practice that kind of stuff. You get to see what it's like to be rejected, to lose. So that's an experience in itself too. So maybe to win, like sometimes I got through some stages, so you get to see what that feels like. You get to learn what song choices that you can pick. You put together your song list, so it's good in some ways too. But I prefer when it's more like 90% real, not 50% real. Or good, 50% good. Derek, yeah, I need to work on runs. Yeah, man. Well, runs are pretty advanced, you know, but start working on them. Get my course, because my course really shows how to work on runs from beginning runs to advanced runs. I've given level 1, 2, and 3. So get my course, and it's got all those levels in the one course. It's only $44 American. It's really good, man. It'll really help you organize your run training from simple to advanced. It's good they're starting to work on them. Hey, Susan. I eat at my desk at work. So I'm at the computer. I usually like eat while I'm sort of doing tasks. Yeah. So I don't need to eat when I'm on my break. So I can just like lie down or do this or teach or whatever on my break. It's the middle of the night. Yeah, that's okay. Good night. I did the Despacito for you, so check it out. Okay, Susan? She was the one that requested that. So yeah. Might just finish off with one. Ooh. So this is the one I'm gonna do. Tank, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, getting way better. Do I sing from the heart all the time? Jason says. Hey Jason. Do you mean I look like I sing from the heart? My favorite artists, when they sing, they look like what I look like. So I'm guessing whatever they're feeling while they're singing, I'm feeling a similar kind of thing. And you know, it feels strong. And when you're singing something you really love, the passion is really strong. Whether I'm practicing it slowly or I'm singing at full speed, I really get a strong, nice, pleasant feeling when I'm doing it, you know. So yes, I don't sing like anything I don't want to sing. And yeah, I sing what I love singing. It's a true passion, you know. I'm the same when I dance. I'm the same when I work out. I'm like passionate when I'm doing it. I'm into it, you know what I mean? Like when I'm doing these videos, I'm passionate. When I'm talking, I'm passionate when I teach, you know. Passion. I'm passionate. So I don't know. Everyone's different in their level of passion when it comes to things in life. But for me, I feel very strongly. I'm a very passionate person. All right. Can you do a video on stage presence? Okay. Yeah. Stage presence. Okay. So being comfortable on stage. Let's say right now I'm on stage, right? I'm performing for you guys, right? It's a form of performance, public speaking. The way to prepare, there's a few good ways you can try it. You can film yourself doing it. Okay, it puts you under a different pressure when you film yourself. Watch the video back. Another way, you can do it in front of a mirror. So you're looking at yourself, watching yourself. Another way, you can do it in front of nothing, just to the wall or to whatever, but act like someone's there in your mind. Act like you're talking to someone. Okay, and you can do that acting thing whether it's in front of the mirror, whether it's in front of the camera as well. Those three things will really help you you mentally prepare as if you're actually doing it in front of someone, so that when you actually do it in front of someone, you've already had that fear go through you of, oh, like I feel like I'm doing it in front of someone, so that when you do it in front of someone, it doesn't feel like it's the very first time, even though it is, if you know what I mean. That really helps. That helps me. That helped me a lot. It helps me when I prepare, like for an audition or something, act like I'm doing it for someone. Sometimes I'll act like I'm talking, like I'll be in the shower and I'll be doing a video like this. I'll be like talking about a topic, just very quietly, just talking to myself, and I'll be like, oh, I should be recording this, but I'm in the friggin' shower. But as in, I'm auditioning it. Not even on purpose. I think I've gotten used to that. I'm kind of auditioning the talk I'm gonna give, the video I'm gonna make, so the song I'm gonna sing. So when you think about it like you're doing it for someone, you'll be better prepared for when you actually do it. So it's a visualization, it's a mental thing. It does work. Try it. Oh, when you're actually on stage, look at people. Like look people in the eye. Look around at different people. Don't be shy, like always looking away. Look at people, smile, do things that, whatever it is, if you're singing something, like you got to act like you're talking to your mom or your dad or someone you're comfortable with already, or your friend. You know, act like you're just chatting to your friend. Make it as if you already know the person. People like it when you're comfortable with them. If you're shy, people get a bit uncomfortable around you. So try not to be shy by looking at people as if you already know them and you're their friend. Okay? Gary. Haha. No. Because I already invest my talents, my natural talents already. For example, I'm gifted at technology, so I'm working in IT. So I had a natural talent. I was good with computers when I first got a computer, but then on top of that, I went to uni and developed my computer skills much further. And now I work in it, and I've worked in it for many years, for like 5-6 years or more. So developing, I developed many things I was naturally good at and things I wasn't. Like I was a skinny guy, and then I did bodybuilding and I grew my body a lot, and I created a really nice body. I wasn't naturally gifted, but you don't need to be natural. But so I would say you don't need to pick one thing. You can do lots of things, because training yourself to get good at something only really takes about a half hour to an hour a day. So you could pick 3 things and spend 1.5 to 3 hours a day developing those 3 different things in your free time. So then after 5 years, you'll be really talented at 3 different things. So I learned how to be a teacher, I learned how to be a singer, a dancer, a cajon drummer, a guitarist, IT. Yeah, those are the main things I learned. I learned how to record my own music, so production. I learned all those things within a span of 10 years. So I learned all those things to an advanced level. So you can do a lot of things at one time, you know? You don't need to limit yourself. You're welcome, Jason. Let me show you this picture of when I got built. Well, it shows a few of my different bodies. So that's when I was like 16-ish, 18. Focus on focus. That's when I was at my most built, that one there. And that's when I got like really lean, but I wasn't as built. So I know how to change my body. I've spent a lot of time doing it. No, the middle one, I was 24, I think, 23, 24, the middle one. And the one on the end was I was like 29 or something. So the first one, I was like 17, 18. The second one, I was like 23, 24. And the last one, I was about 29. But my point is, right now I'm kind of in the middle between the skinny one and the big one. So I'm trying to get back to the big one now. I've been training again because I had an injury, so I wasn't training, and before I'd lost interest, so I was training less. But I've always trained, but to get that big, you got to train more. Not that much. It's only like 30 minutes a day. That's it. 30 minutes. That's all it takes. It's crazy. So you can develop many talents, man, at the same time, because you only need to work on it about 30 minutes a day for every talent to develop it. 30 minutes to an hour, done. You can be great at like 3 or 4 different things. Everyone's got a couple hours free every day. Well, I don't know, unless you got kids, maybe you don't. And you make your kids do what you do with you. Do you believe in putting more hours? Yeah, you can, but you might burn out or lose interest. So like if I practice singing for 3 hours a day, I could damage my voice. Or if I did bodybuilding for 3 hours a day, I could hurt my body. Or if I studied something for 3 hours a day, I could like hurt my eyes because I'm reading so much or something. So I don't like to spend lots of hours regularly. I might have like a day or two where I go hard and spend many hours doing something, but generally I like to do a half hour a day of something because of those reasons I just said, and because I like variety. And I prefer to learn a bit each day than to go nuts every day and then quit after 2 months, 3 months because I'm over it or because I'm injured. Okay guys, I'm going to go back to work. Thank you very much for participating with me. Enjoyed your questions, enjoyed answering them. I'm Rashad Hayek from RBSingLessons.com. Buy my courses to support me. They'll really help you with singing. They're only $44 each. For the guitar one, $44, and for the singing one, $44 American. And I'm sure they'll really help you. And I don't want donations or anything. I just would love for you guys to either get my courses or do lessons with me, because I want you to use your money to further your learning. Okay? And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.